You want to know the secret behind skyrocketing your grades, accelerating your productivity, and still having fun as a student? Most people overlook it, but once you understand this method, you'll never look at studying the same way again. If you feel stuck in your habits, easily distracted, or just can't get yourself to focus, then you need to hear this today. All right, let's talk about dopamine loading. Our brains are wired to chase pleasure and avoid pain, with dopamine acting as the central currency of motivation and reward. But here's the hidden truth. Most people's dopamine cycles are sabotaging their productivity, wrecking their focus, and they don't even realize it. Imagine if you could actually leverage your brain's dopamine system for maximum performance in your studies, instead of letting it hijack your day. Think about a typical morning. Most students wake up and reach for their phones, scrolling through social media, maybe watching a few videos. That gives your brain a massive dopamine spike right from the start. You feel good, sure, but guess what happens next? Your brain crashes into a dopamine trough. The pleasure center is already burned out. Then you try to study, but the work feels boring, uninspiring, even painful by comparison. You can barely get 10 minutes in before the urge to procrastinate is overwhelming. So you stop studying and start scrolling again. Dopamine spikes. Then it drops. Rinse and repeat. Maybe you grab a high-sugar snack or a carb-heavy meal. Boom, another artificial spike. By the afternoon, your motivation is gone and your ability to concentrate is at rock bottom. And at the end of the day, you wonder, where did all my time go? The modern world is full of artificial dopamine triggers: social media, junk food, streaming, games, endless notifications. Each one is engineered to give your brain a quick hit of pleasure. But that pleasure comes at a price. Every artificial spike is borrowed motivation. The bigger the spike, the deeper the crash. And when the crash hits, your brain craves another hit just to return to normal. You get trapped in a vicious cycle, never able to muster the motivation for deep, meaningful work. But here's the twist. Dopamine loading turns this cycle on its head. So what exactly is dopamine loading? It's a study and productivity hack that flips the conventional day upside down. Instead of chasing high dopamine activities first thing in the morning, you strategically group all your enjoyable, rewarding tasks at the end of the day, creating a deliberate contrast that primes your brain for productivity. Here's how it works. You start your day with as little artificial stimulation as possible. No phone, no social media, no sugary snacks, just a simple morning routine. Shower, brush your teeth, maybe get some sunlight or stretch your body. Then, dive straight into your hardest, most important tasks, ideally before any distractions sneak in. This could be a challenging homework assignment, a full-length practice paper, or whatever demands your deepest focus. Suddenly, because your brain hasn't been blasted with artificial rewards, the work doesn't feel as boring or hard by comparison. It actually starts to feel satisfying because you've eliminated the competition for your brain's attention. Natural rewards build gradually. You start to feel a sense of achievement that sticks. Throughout the morning, avoid those quick-fix dopamine hits. No endless scrolling, no processed snacks, no binge-watching. If you need a break, take a walk, stretch, breathe deeply, or switch to a different academic task. By lunchtime, choose a meal that keeps your energy stable. This way, your brain doesn't spike and crash but stays steady. In the afternoon, continue with another block of focused study. Your brain will already be trained to see work as rewarding, not as punishment. When you feel fatigue creeping in, change environments, stand up, or refresh yourself with movement rather than digital distractions. By late afternoon, add in something physical like exercise, walking, or even spending time outdoors. These are natural dopamine boosters that stabilize your mood and enhance your energy. And here's where dopamine loading shines. You save all your high dopamine activities for the end of the day. That's when you allow yourself the Netflix episode, the YouTube video, the video games, or even the treat you've been craving. By then, you've already crushed your most important challenges. Your productivity is safe, and your brain receives the reward at the right moment. The magic of dopamine loading isn't about sheer willpower, it's about understanding how the brain works. Our brains crave contrast. If you start your day with sky-high dopamine, everything else feels dull. But when you delay gratification, the same rewards feel 10 times better. That's why relaxing after a productive day feels amazing, while binging at the start of the day feels empty and unsatisfying. And here's something even more powerful. Dopamine loading makes hard things easier. You wake up not thinking, ugh, another boring day. Instead, you know your favorite activities, your comfort foods, your leisure time are all waiting for you as a reward. That anticipation itself becomes motivation. You begin to associate your morning grind with a payoff. You fly through tasks faster because your brain knows what's waiting at the finish line. This method also builds resilience. By resisting constant little dopamine spikes and saving them for the end of the day, you're training your brain to delay gratification. You're teaching yourself to sit with discomfort without flinching. Over time, this discipline expands beyond studying. It seeps into your habits, your fitness, your social life. You start to become the kind of person who can sit down, focus, and get more done in less time, and actually enjoy the process. Let's paint a clearer picture. Imagine two students. The first wakes up, scrolls for half an hour, eats a sugary breakfast, maybe watches a video. By the time they start studying, their brain has already consumed multiple dopamine spikes. Studying feels flat. They procrastinate, stop and start, and finish the day feeling drained. The second wakes up, avoids the phone, eats a balanced breakfast, and tackles their hardest subject right away. By mid-morning, they've completed deep work. They spend the afternoon attending classes and revising, then exercise or meet friends. Only in the evening do they let themselves indulge in entertainment or a snack. They go to bed satisfied, not guilty. Multiply that difference across weeks and months, and the second student outpaces the first in results, confidence, and energy. This is the essence of dopamine loading. It's not about denying yourself pleasures, but timing them in a way that works with your brain, not against it. Now, what happens if you slip up? If you give in and check your phone before your work session? Don't beat yourself up. Just reset. The beauty of this method is that it's not all or nothing. Every day is a new chance to practice. Progress builds gradually, and the rewards compound over time. The key is to remember that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create through structure. Dopamine loading gives you that structure. It takes the randomness out of your energy levels and gives you a framework to build unstoppable momentum. Here's a sample dopamine loading schedule. Morning. Wake up, no phone. Do your basic routine. Dive into your toughest academic work. Midday. Balanced lunch. Focus on real food and real connection. Afternoon. Second study block. Light physical activity or classwork. Late afternoon. Exercise, walking, socializing. Evening. After all tasks are done, indulge in entertainment, comfort food, or digital activities guilt-free. This schedule doesn't just improve grades or productivity, it restores balance. Instead of constantly feeling guilty for wasting time, you align your pleasures with your progress. You reclaim both focus and joy. At the core, dopamine loading is about freedom. Freedom from the trap of artificial stimulation. Freedom from endless procrastination. Freedom to finally feel proud of your effort at the end of the day. And here's the ultimate lesson. The brain adapts to whatever patterns you set. If you teach it that instant rewards come before effort, it will resist work forever. But if you train it to expect rewards after effort, it begins to crave the work itself. That's when studying stops being a battle and starts becoming a habit. So, are you ready to try it? Are you ready to flip your day upside down and start using your brain's own chemistry to your advantage? The method is simple, but the results can be life-changing. Delay the dopamine, front-load the effort, and let the rewards fall into place. Your mind is more powerful than you think. With the right structure, you can not only study better and achieve more, you can actually enjoy the process. That's the real secret.